All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing dangerous animals. So, what I will be doing in this format is basically I will be reading through these IMDb reviews, and as I go through them, I will be sharing my own interpretations of the film. I will be discussing what I thought of the film. And I just want it to be like a discussion forum kind of thing, because I see all these movie reviews on YouTube and I feel like it kind of feels one-sided. So I want it to be participative. So you are more than welcome, and I highly encourage you to drop your comments in the comment section. Is open for you to share your opinions, because see, the thing about a movie is reviews. See, there are 100 reviews, right? You will find so many of them are like rated really high, many of them will be rated really low, and many of them will be always, as obviously, will be rated like average, right? So the thing, what does that say? It just says that everyone has their own different interpretation of a film. The thing is, like, it's so much fun to discuss a movie, right? I mean, I guess that is really the point of watching films, is to discuss it with other film buffs, other movie buffs. Otherwise, hey, like, what else? Like, it's so cool, right? It's so much fun to discuss movies. At least that's what I think. So without wasting any more, without doing any more, uh I don't know. Anyways, so please pardon my amateur podcast skills or whatever, because I'm not really I don't have a lot of experience doing this, so I'm fairly new. I'm new, but I want to be entertaining. Okay, I want to entertain you. So let's see if I am able to do that or not. But yeah, let's just discuss, share your opinions about the movie. I see, like, like, on YouTube, if you go search any movie review on YouTube, be it this one or any new movie, if you search for its review, there's always, like, what I hate is like this unanimous, like, notion. Like, either you will find all the reviews saying the movie is shit, or you will find all the reviews saying that the movie is great. Like, there's no, like, mixed review. Like, what is that? Like, I see, like, I don't know, it's because of the algorithm or whatever. I don't know, but at least from what I see, and it's not just on YouTube, even if you go on Spotify, you will find a unanimous notion. If one reviewer is saying the movie is good, every other reviewer is saying the movie is good, the movie is great, whatever. What about the mixed opinion? What about the debate? Where is the debate? Where is the argument even? Where is the, I don't agree with you? What happened to that? I don't know, man. I mean, it's just, anyways, that's a different topic. Anyways, so let's start with the first one. So obviously, no, I don't know if it's obvious or not, but I just wanted to say, like, get it out of the way. The simple thing, like, because it's says discussion, review slash discussion. So obviously there's gonna be spoilers. Like, I just want to say that like a disclaimer. Like, it's pretty obvious because we're gonna be discussing the film, and, like, really, like, even if there are, anyways, that's a different thing. I was gonna say something stupid, but whatever. Huh. Like, so there's gonna be spoilers, just letting you know. And this is like, what is this? Yeah. So all the ratings are here, all the different star rating all, basically, I'm not filtering any reviews. All the reviews are here, and we're going to be discussing the reviews, and we're going to be discussing each other's opinion about this film. But you have to watch it first, otherwise you don't have any opinion. Anyways, and featured means that, like, so for example, it's sort order. This is the default sort order for the last video I did that total votes. Total votes is a little different. Like, total votes is the total sum of this 36 plus 71, so the dislike and the like. But I think, like, that's not fair, like, because see, in a like democratic style, like if this is vote, right? So this guy, this person clearly lost the vote because the dislikes outnumbered the likes. So I'm thinking like the featured would be better, because the featured is basically like this is the highest like is to dislike ratio, you know. So it's in that order, like the likes outnumber the dislikes, you know. So it's in that order. Anyway, so the first review says Dangerous Animals. By the way, Dangerous Animals, I don't know what you think of this film. This is like, I felt my initial, okay, I'll share like a prelim kind of, let's start it that way. Like I won't, like I'll just give you like a 2-3 liner for what I think of this film. I think this is a really good indie film. Like this is a very good, like, because everyone is new, the cast is new, man. Like I don't know, I can, if I go back here and the cast, there's all fresh faces. I don't know, like I might be wrong, but I think I've seen this guy, but this person Jay Courtney, is that his name? Jay Courtney or Low? This is the name, right? This is the character name. Oh, this is the actor name, right? So Jai Courtney or Jay Courtney, whatever. So they're all new. They're fresh faces. At least I haven't seen them in. Uh, Even though I haven't been watching a lot of movies for the last few months, but like they're all new. I think they're all fresh faces. And is this an Australian film? Because I thought like the accent was Australian, right? So, and Sean Byrne, I think I've seen Sean Byrne, like I don't know, I don't remember, but I think I've seen Sean Byrne's movies before. Like not movies, maybe one movie I've seen of this Sean Byrne before, but I don't remember. Anyways, this is still new. But the performances were great, absolutely great performances. So this is a good performance movie. The cat, like the story is pretty basic. It's your uh you're a psychopath horror film, like it says, psychological horror, right? Which is great. The performances were really good. I think like I didn't have a lot of expectations from this film, but it surpassed my expectations. And you know, when that happens, you know, the thing about enjoying a film is like how much you enjoyed a movie is always about the expectation you had of that film. If you were overhyped about a movie, and then you, because you have so much you have a lot of expectations for the film, then you watch the film, even if it's a good film, because you already have so too much expectations from the film, you're gonna be disappointed. So it's always the, like this is like a golden rule, I would say, for movies or for any, especially for movies. I think it applies to movies. Like if you like how much you'll enjoy a film is totally based on your expectations, what you're already expecting out of the film before you even watched it. That's why I don't really like looking at scores, you know, like whatever, if even it's Metacritic, Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb. I don't like to usually, I don't give a lot of importance to the score, because I know that my personal experience of a film is going to be independent of the score. There's a general, I would say, like I have this notion, like if the Metacritic score is less than, I would say 55 or something, then I generally tend to understand. Like when I watch the movie, I realize why the Metacritic score is less than 55. I generally would say that that's the thing. But so Metacritic score, generally they resonate with me generally, but then off a lot of times I feel like a lot of, like many movies actually, they have like really high Metacritic score, but they're not. They were like what? But I think Metacritic score is the thing about Metacritic, and what people don't about the what people don't understand about the Oscars is that, you know, like, you know, how Oscars is so politically correct and stuff, because that's their job. I think as an organization, like Oscars is like, if one movie is getting an Oscar, that's saying something. That's like a marketing badge for a film. Like this is a good film. Like if a movie gets an Oscar, or forget getting an Oscar, if a movie gets nominated for an Oscar, that's like saying, like that's basically like telling the society that this is a good film. And believe me, most people don't have, especially in today's time where people are constantly watching TikTok videos and stuff, people don't have the ability to analyze a movie for themselves. That's why why do you think people watch movie reviews? Because people don't have the ability to think for themselves. That's why. I mean, people want to know, like, if I don't know if you are aware of this, but observe the psychological thing. If all the reviewers of a film are telling you that this is a great film, you will go to the movie, and you will, if you have read all the reviews or watched any review video, and all the popular reviewers on the internet are telling you that it's a good film, and if you watch the film, you will feel like it's a good film. I'm not talking about you or whoever is watching. I'm just saying, like, I've observed this. Like, most people don't really have that ability to understand if a movie is actually. First of all, there's no such thing as good or bad film. A film is a film. A director made a film based on their personal biases. If you watch a lot of movies, and if you're a movie buff, you will realize that every movie is basically there's gonna be every movie, the best of the best films are gonna have biases. It's basically your a movie essentially is a way to get inside the mind of the director. That is the director's vision. The director, especially good films, they are director's films. They are what the director envisions. That's a vision of the director that you're watching on the screen. And first of all, a movie is, people forget, movie is not something that you watch. It's an experience. It's a audio visual experience. So I generally like to think that you're not supposed to watch a film. You're supposed to experience it with good visual as well as audio. A lot of times what happens is people tend to neglect audio. You will, like any movie, just try it if you haven't. Maybe you resonate with this or not. I don't know. But any movie, if you haven't watched with headphones, just try rewatching that film with headphones. It's gonna, like, you're gonna feel like you're watching a different film, because you're at that point you're not watching that film. You're actually experiencing the film, the entire audio visual spectrum of the film. And there is a lot of like very minute and detailed audio encoding that goes in a movie. If you're watching a movie with headphones on, you will notice, like, there's so many details in the audio that is so essential to the movie. So especially, like, you're watching a horror movie, you're gonna miss the experience if you're not using headphones, or if you're not using some high quality speaker, surround speaker. Especially, the point of headphones is, like, it gives you that surround effect, like as if you're sitting in a which is the point of watching a movie in a theater. You get that surround sound effect, right, for a sound coming from different parts of the different parts, I said, like different uh like your brain gets tricked into thinking like this sound is coming from this directional audio, spatial audio, right? Spatial audio. Yeah. Anyways, so talking about this dangerous animals was Regal's Monday mystery movie on May 26th. It's about a serial killer who has an obsession with sharks. The opening scene sets up his character, giving us a little hint about why he is the way he is. Jay Courtney's performance in the scene and the entire moving was showing in its convincing nature. When the switch flipped, revealing him to not be the easygoing, friendly shark tour guide he seemed to be, it was shocking in its swiftness. We are then introduced to the main character in the story, Zafire, who is a loner living the van life and yeah, so Zephyr, who is a loner, living the van life and surfing every chance she can. She meets Moses. And there's an instant attraction between them. But he takes off for an early morning surf. So this is a story. Like, where's the review? She meets Moses, and there's an instant attraction between them. But she takes off an early morning surf, and that's when she gets taken. Another scene that was startling when the movement happened, even though you knew it was coming. Who's a loner? She meets Moses, and there's an instant attraction between them. And then she takes off for an early morning surf, and that's when she gets taken. Another scene that was startling when the moment happened, even though you knew it was coming. Yeah, yeah, that was a good like intro thing. Yeah, definitely. Where the character says "Welcome aboard," and the girl screams, and there's this where like yeah, dangerous animal. Sorry, yeah. So that comes in red fonts. I was I think that like that kind of intro can be compared to that movie. I forgot Amy Adams was there, and I forgot the other actress. I forgot her name. Isla Fisher. I think I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Isla Fisher or Isla Fisher. This Sacha Baron Cohen's wife. So like they were in this nocturnal animals. I think it was. Oh my god, that was like the most brutal intro to to a film I've ever seen. Like that was so. I think I was traumatized. Like because I watched that film, I was like I think 20 years old or something, but I still like felt like that's like too much. Like that was a little traumatizing, I would say. I still remember. But yeah, I think th- that kind of horror, psychological horror kind of vibe it was there. This is even though that was like way more traumatizing, but this was not definitely this was like I feel like movies in Hollywood have become less like there's less depiction of graphic violence and that kind of stuff. I mean, and which is I think uh I guess is a good thing because there used to be this debate, right? Like if these graphic violence in films and graphic sexuality they have any like impact on society in general. And I when I was younger I used to think like no it doesn't, but as I get older I think like yeah it does, because a movie is a cultural thing. It definitely has 100%. They have effect on the minds, so especially young people who will become like shape the future of society, right? So definitely has, I would say, a lot of impact on the minds of society, like on society, on the minds of people, is what I'm saying. So yeah, movies have a huge impact on. It's like I think that movies are like in a way is shaping this matrix that we like. Anyway, it's like this matrix that we live in, right? So I think movies shapes this matrix. Like I don't know if that's me, but I think so. Like definitely. Anyway, so this person says that the rest of the movie is basically a survival tale, and it flowed well. Dangerous Animals is only about an hour and a half, yet it felt so much longer. Mm. I don't know if I agree with this. Even it says so in caps. I don't think so. It didn't feel that long, at least to me. I don't say that as a criticism, but to underscore its effectiveness in making the story so intense that it feels longer than it really is. Like my experience with Warfare. Anyways, like I haven't, by the way, I haven't seen Warfare. Maybe I'll watch it next. I mean, this is also like just A24's. Like it was getting a lot of attention. So even though started watching it, I didn't like the like intro or whatever, but maybe it's good like as a entire film. Well, that's the thing about a movie, right? Like from my experience from watching so many films, I would say like until you have finished, until you come to that scene where the cast is coming up, like the end credits is showing up, you don't really know the film, because just the thing. Even if a 2 hour movie, even if you have watched 1.5 hours, even if you watch 1 hour 45 minutes of a 2 hour film, I'm telling you, you can't really tell, because From watching so many movies, I can tell like there's so much that happens. Like movies are entire experience unless you have seen the entire film. Like I have this bad habit where I start watching movies and I watch for like 30 minutes and then I don't finish the film. That is like actually a super waste of time. I mean, I would say like a person should rather not start a movie. Like if you're starting movie, plan on finishing it because it's just a waste of investment. It's like in a way, like I can say like it's a opportunity cost, I guess. Like waste. It's a waste of your investment. Like if you watched 1 hour of a film, generally you should watch the entire film, especially if the reviews are good. Like I would say, like if a lot of time it happens. Like you start watching a movie, you watch 1 hour of it, and then you feel like, no, maybe this isn't for me, or maybe this is not a good film, or whatever. Go on the at least read the reviews and stuff, and I think like if the reviews are good, it's totally worth watching that movie in its entirety. It might be so that you might not, even after finishing the film, you might not like it, but still like it's a good addition of the film in your mental movie scape, I would say. Your movie the dynamic, your mental movie atmosphere, I would say. Because see, every movie you watch, it actually shapes you, even if you don't realize it. It shapes your personality, it shapes your existence in some way or the other. It does. I have at least noticed that. Anyways, the rest of the movie is basically a survival tale. This person says they felt like it was so intense, feels longer than it really is. As the movie plays out, we find out more about Zephyr and her captor and the things that make them similar to one another. Yet at the same time, what separates them? Despite some writing issues that happen in various parts, a character not seizing the upper hand fully when they have the chance, characters being able to bounce back too quickly after a significant injury, and sharks conveniently not attacking in certain moments. Yeah, the thing is though, like, I don't know, maybe I'm stupid or whatever, but the shark, why didn't the shark attack? Like, what was that? Like some kind of a magic trick or something? Like I didn't get that. I don't know, maybe did I not get it? Like, am I supposed to feel stupid for not getting it? I don't know. But I I just didn't get it. Like, why didn't the shark attack her? I don't know, for whatever reason. Anyways, but yet at the same time, what separates them, despite some writing issues, characters are seizing the upper hand fully when they have the chance, characters being able to bounce back too quickly after a significant injury, and sharks conveniently not attacking in certain moments. Dangerous Animals was a solid horror thriller suspense movie with an interesting premise and standout performances, especially by Jay Courtney. Video review will be Video review will be available on my YouTube channel. That's great. So the next review, where it says that Australia's known for its deadly wildlife but dangerous animals, asks, what if the most dangerous predator was serial killer Steve Irwin? This some, like, I don't know, please excuse me, I don't Steve Irwin. Anyways, is it like a famous serial killer? Anyway, so this sunlit survival horror follows Zephyr, an American surfer abducted by a shark-obsessed madman. A delightfully unhinged Jay Courtney, and it's not just Jay Courtney. I feel like everyone did a great job when it came to acting, especially that lead lady, like the one, yeah, the lead lady, and not just the lead lady, like the other lady was like with the couple, like the initial entry scene. She also did, like, I think everybody did really a good job when it came to acting. Performances where I would say good, really good. There was nothing spectacular really when it came to performance. It's not like some marvelous Oscar worthy performance, but whatever. It was decently good. It was uh above decent. Like it was good. It was really good, really satisfying, I would say. Performance. Really like really did the job, I would say. Really good, really great performance. Not good. I would say great performance. But not like some absolutely crazy like Heath Ledger level performance or whatever. But yeah, definitely great performance. Yeah. Um it's a who feeds madman who feeds tourists to great whites as eco reparations. It's a wild premise, but the relentless tension, grounded action, and unexpectedly emotional beats make it work. With beautiful, real shark footage, clever setups and payoffs, and one of the gnarliest self surgery scenes I've seen in a while. Oh, yeah. And one of the gnarliest self surgery scenes I've seen with self surgery. I think I missed that part. I like it has been a few days. I think I watched the film a few days ago. I don't know. I think I'm not sure. Like maybe I forgot about this one. I've seen in a while. The film manages to be scary, ridiculous, and empowering all at once. A brutal, blood-soaked ride that somehow still finds time for a killer dance scene and a touch of heart. So yeah, yeah, it's good. What is their title? Vegemite and Violence. It's good. You know, like I'm surprised. Like a lot of people post their reviews on IMDb. You'll be surprised like the kind of titles they use for their reviews is great. Like this one, Vegemite and Violence. Like so good writer worthy, like writing worthy. How should I say this? Like very creative titles, I would say. This is great. Like this is, this is culture, art, culture. This is what we live for, honestly. Like otherwise, like what's the point, man, of anything in life if there's no culture? I just don't see the point of a cultureless existence, which I don't want to talk about that, but it kind of seems like the future, hopefully a future that we are not headed to. Hopefully, a future that we're not headed to. Yeah, that is what how I would like to put it. Yeah, the definition of a solid B movie. Oh yeah, dude, like this, oh my god, this is like the title. I vibe with this title so much. Definition of a solid B movie. Like I said in the beginning, right? My interpretation of the film. It's not interpretation. How I felt about the movie is such a good. Like maybe my usage of the word indie movie was not accurate. I think. This seems like a more like a very good B movie. Yeah, exactly. Definition of a solid B movie. I was not familiar with any of the three leads because I'm not sure, but I think they're new. I think they're not famous, right? I don't know. Maybe I don't know, but I was not familiar with any of the three leads and found them all to be excellent. They are. I mean, the performances were really good. Hasey Harrison seems like a young, slightly prettier, slightly prettier Jennifer Lawrence. And that is a huge compliment. Yeah. Anyways, Jay Courtney was she Jennifer Lawrence? She did look like Jennifer Lopez, I guess. More like Jennifer Lopez or Lawrence. I don't know. Anyways, Jay Courtney was terrific as the villain. He delivered some. Yeah. I mean, he was like, I think for a very long time I haven't seen a negative like character on the screen, like who is this good. His performance was really convincing. Like Heath Ledger, uh, I think it would be a sin to compare any villain to Heath Ledger, or the person from excuse me, like I've forgotten, like my memory is not too good. But from No Country for Old Men, that guy. But yeah, I mean, but he's really good. He was a good um villain, movie villain. Jake Courtney was terrific. Jake Courtney was terrific as the villain. He delivered some great speeches and, in one scene, channeled his inner Buffalo Bill to great success. Josh Houston was also new to me, and he had a great charm and elicited tons of empathy in his role. About 15 minutes in, I was thinking, okay, now what are they going to do with this setup? It seemed like it would be claustrophobic. So yeah, when I saw that scene, like when the couple or not couple, right? But yeah, whatever. The guy and the gal, they walked in into that boat, and the villain character, he asked if anybody confirmed that if anybody knew that they were here, and then the boat sailed off. I don't know. I think I was not even expecting anything, to be honest. Like I just saw this movie, like it was trending, and I'm like, yeah, let's watch this. I just started watching it without any expectation. So I don't think I had any prior expectation, which is why I think I liked it because I'm telling you, like if you have a preconceived notion of a film, most of the times you're gonna be maybe slightly disappointed because it's better to have a clean mind. Like, don't expect anything from a movie. And I'm telling you, you will be enjoying most of the movies. If you're really not expecting anything from a film, you will be enjoying it. Like, I'm telling you, you'll be enjoying it more than you could have with expectations. Don't expect anything from a film. I'm telling you, you'll enjoy because something will be there, and you'll be like, "Oh, I didn't expect this." So always watch a movie with low expectation. That's my advice slash opinion, anyways. So yeah, Josh Houston was also new to me, and he had a great charm and elicited tons of empathy in his role. About 15 minutes in, I was thinking, yeah. So it seems like it would be a claustrophobic and limited with where it could go. Was I ever wrong? Kudos to Sean Byrne for a great script and a solid direction that really kept the tension high. Most of you are going to see this when it lands on Shudder. I think it is not going to be as great as on a bigger screen for sure. I would have rated this higher, but an 8 and up film is somewhat exceptional. Comes very close, but I think I will have forgotten the film in a year or two, and that kept my score at 7. Try to catch it at your theater if you can. I don't think it's a. Hold on, like maybe it is. Sorry, I was gonna say like maybe it's not a theater worthy film, but actually, on second thoughts, I would say it is actually a theater worthy film because I think any horror movie, be it psychological horror or your supernatural horror, I think they're best enjoyed in theaters because the complete experience of a horror movie, just like action movies, but I think more so with horror movies, it's the what is horrific about a film. What is the horror element in a movie? It's the atmosphere, the atmosphere of horror. So horror movies are either enjoyed very late at night with headphones on, or they're best enjoyed, I would say, in the theaters. That too late at night, if possible. I mean, the last show, I guess, in the theater. So yeah, horror and that too in the winter months when it's snowing outside or whatever. Yeah, so that's the time. So generally, that's why they release so many horror movies during the your Halloween times, right? They keep like every year they plan like Hollywood or whatever, like the entire all the movie theaters across the world. They plan their release for their horror movies during the Halloween time because, like I said, right? Like I don't know if you're gonna be agreeing with me or not, but movies are it's a cultural thing, right? It's a movies speak about the current pop culture atmosphere of a country or like the globe in general, right? Yeah, so it's a cultural, it's like a mirror reflection of an aspect. One movie is like an mirror reflection of one particular aspect of the current global cultural spectrum. So, yeah, therefore, I kind of like that. So, yeah, I mean, definitely, I would say it's a theater worthy film. Yeah, I kind of agree with try to this line. Try to catch it at your theater if you can. So definitely, it's a theater worthy film. You should be like if the price is right. I mean, these days, like movies tend to be really expensive in theaters. Um, but for whatever, yeah, like Dolby Atmos plus theater. Yeah, this is a great film. Yeah, especially in Dolby Atmos. It's such a Dolby Atmos worthy because it's a horror film. Like the soundtrack, you have to feel you have to be in the vibe. You need the Atmos for the whole experience. But I don't think that this movie was released in Dolby. I don't know, but I watched it in Dolby Digital. I don't even remember which format it was, but I didn't have any access to any Dolby Atmos version of it, I guess. So, how do you know that Heather had dandruff in Heather had dandruff in Dangerous Animals? In Dangerous Animals, Hasey Harrison plays free-spirited loner Zephyr, who finds herself at the mercy of a murderous boat owner called Tucker J. Courtney, who gets his rocks off by feeding young women to sharks, recording their final moments on videotape for his personal collection of snuff movies. While Zephyr tries to find a way to escape from Tucker's clutches, Surfer Moses and Josh Houston attempts to track her down, having fallen for the young woman after a one night stand. In the film's climax, the fight delivers a really cheesy one liner before finally dispatching the villain. It's a dead giveaway that the film was never intended to be taken seriously. What we have here is an unashamed popcorn horror that blends. It's a dead giveaway that the film was never intended to be taken seriously. What we have here is an unashamed popcorn horror that blends the serial killer genre with the shark movie. Actually, yeah, that's a very interesting observation. Yeah, it did. It did with the shark movie genre and the serial killer. That was actually a good blend. Director Sean Byrne, The Loved Ones, The Devil's Candy, hitting all of the expected genre beats while adding some wry humor into the mix. Courtney makes for an effective psycho, a cold blooded killer who is able to turn on the charm when needed, which makes him all the more chilling. Harrison is also great as the tough, resourceful woman who steadfastly refuses to become the star of one of the Tucker's homemade horror movies. It is thanks to the strength of these two central cat and mouse performances and some nice and nasty moments of violence that the film succeeds despite the occasional questionable plot point. Moses tracking down Zephyr by rewinding and zooming in on a beach cam video. It goes without saying that as serial killer films go, this isn't Henry, portrait of a serial killer. And as shark movies go, it isn't Jaws, but it is a fun time and worth a watch. It's definitely, I would say, like I said, it's a good late night film. It's a great late night film, I would say. Like, if you're unsure what to watch and it's late at night, watch. Just go with this one. It's gonna be a good experience. Yeah, like such a great casual film. Like I think this person or someone said like there was some mention right like they will forget this film down the line. Of course, it's not gonna be some classic film. Nobody's gonna remember this film. But that's besides the point, right? Like it's just like this movie is one of those films. It's trending. You watch it, you enjoy it, you have a fun time. Forget about it. I don't think like I don't remember a lot of the plot points these people were mentioning in these reviews. I don't even remember all the detailed layers of the, like I remember it as an emotional experience, which I do of all movies, but I don't remember the distinct details in the plot points. And honestly, there was nothing as such great with to remember when it came to the plot. It's not even a plot film. It's just an experiential movie. It's about that editing, which makes you feel like there's a green tint. I don't know if I'm able to explain it properly. Like a green kind of atmosphere over the entire film. It feels so green, and in a, like I don't know, the rust of a boat, rusting boat, green kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know if that explains anything, but what a nice surprise. I saw an early screening of Dangerous Animals without watching a trailer. And that is how you should watch any movie. Don't watch the trailer. There is nothing in the trailer. Why watch trailer? Just watch the movie. Whenever the movie is out, just watch the movie. No need to watch a trailer and get hyped up. It will negatively affect your movie experience. Unless the movie is going to be really good, you're going to have your expectations set and you're going to not like it or whatever. I don't know. Don't without watching the trailer, well, knowing anything about it, that's the best way to enjoy a movie. Just, you don't know anything about it, just start watching it. And honestly, like you're gonna enjoy it the most, I guess. Any movie. You're gonna be like, if it's a really good film, you're gonna be shocked. Like you're gonna be like, oh my god, this is amazing. Because you had no prior expectations. You'll be like, what is this? Amazing. And even if it is like really bad, then also you're gonna enjoy it because you'll be like, oh my god, I can't believe somebody made a movie that's so bad. Like you will be enjoying like how you enjoy a movie like, The Room, the classic Room, right? Like the fact for that enjoyment, like you're gonna enjoy it because you're gonna be thinking like, how is it even possible to make a movie that's so bad? Like for bad movies that are so good, I'm saying. So yeah, like even if a movie is really bad, there's a lot of like worthiness to it in terms of like you watch it, like you watch it and you watch it with the intent to like laugh at it, like how bad it is or whatever. I don't know. Um, so when it started, it felt like it was going to be one of those super low budget movies that feels so limited and never reaches the heights afforded by bigger budget movies. Luckily, I was wrong. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie for the entire runtime. The horror thriller element was well done. You can feel the tension and savor the suspense. Several moments made my jaw drop. I've been a Jay Courtney hater for a while after his roles in Terminator. Oh, he was in those the movies that destroyed. Oh my God, he was in Terminator. I don't even know like what's the name, like Salvation. After the Salvation, the fifth Terminator, like Genesis or something. Oh my God, like I don't even know, like that was like a crime. Like what they did with the entire Terminator franchise. Come on, man. Like that was a crime. That was really that was just a crime, man. What they did with the entire franchise. I think till up until that Christian Bale Terminator, uh, which was Terminator. I don't know. After Rise of the Machines, there was that fourth Terminator, Salvation or something. That was actually good. I would say like it's a little underrated. It's not like really good, but it's actually still good. It's kind of underrated. In some sense, it is underrated. Terminator Salvation. But after that, what they did was just like that. They should be in jail. That's what I'm saying. Like Yeah, they really did they messed up. That was like so bad what they did with the Terminator Genesis. I didn't even watch any movie from that entire franchise after that. Like they destroyed the entire series was destroyed because of that Genesis or whatever. Like made no sense. Like it was like so stupid. Anyway, so Die Hard 5 and Suicide Squad. But I love his performance in this film. Yeah, not only I don't think I don't remember Terminator 5. It was so bad. Like I like wiped it off my memory. Like it was some bad memory I had to wipe off. But I love his performance in this film. Not only yeah, this is a good film. Yeah, like good performance. Yeah, not only is this the best acting I've seen from him. He's I think like after this film, chances are that he's gonna get like a lot of roles in more mainstream horror or not even horror. He's gonna get a lot of work after this, in good films. Like what happened to kind of like in a way you can think of it like of this actor who was played Green Goblin in Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man series, and then he became like this artsy kind of actor, uh, where he was starring in movies like Lighthouse, this black and white horror film. Um, so I forgot, I'm forgetting them because I've been not watching and exploring movies for a long time, so I'm kind of forgetting the names of the actors and whatever. But yeah, I mean, he is kind of like that. And this movie is, in a way, I think it's comparable to this film from 2016, I guess. Don't Breathe. Like that was a good B horror movie, but I guess it was still like that was a better movie like than this. Yeah, definitely. Like even though you should not compare movies ever, I guess I don't know, but that was like in an attempt to try to explain. That was a better movie, I guess. Like, but it was similar, it's comparable, I guess. Don't Breathe, and even though I haven't seen, there was a second part to Don't Breathe. I haven't seen that one, but it's comparable to this one, I guess. Yeah. Overall, I had a great time with this film and would recommend it to any genre fans. Yeah, it's not. It's like a psychological horror. Yeah, so it's not supernatural horror. As more enjoyable, the less you know going in. Exactly, exactly. I agree with this person. A serial killer and sharks. What's not to like? I saw this film tonight as a mystery movie at Odeon, and I gotta say it was better than expected. Yeah, really. I saw the trailer before and it piqued my interest. It was more of a I'll wait till it's on demand to watch. Yeah, so you don't have to watch it in theater. You should yeah, I guess you should save your money and watch something else. Like there are better movies definitely. To for example, watch this recent Formula One, Brad Pitt Formula One. Watch that in theater. That's a great theater movie. That's a great like theater experience. If you're not watching Formula One in theater, then what's even the point? I don't watch it. There are some movies which if you're not watching in the theaters, there's no point. Like I guess the blockbuster releases. Some movies are meant to be watched in theaters. I mean, they're even created that way. Like the sound design, especially the sound design, and yeah, the visuals definitely. But these days, like everybody has a really good television on your. Everybody has a decent television in their house, where the visuals are fine. You can get the good visuals, but generally the theater audio is something that you really can't get in your home atmosphere, the surround sound effect or whatever. Anyway, so Deep Blue Sea. I don't know if I've seen this one. I saw the trailer before and it piqued my interest. I'm glad I did get to see it though. It was tense. Jay Courtney's character was brilliant, and the lead I hadn't seen before, but she did a great job. It's not the shark horror you would expect, and as someone who likes the original movie, Deep Blue Sea, who likes the original movie, Deep Blue Sea is still one of the best shark movies. This one is a good little switch off from the real world, and maybe a little slow, but it's still a fun ride. So yeah, it's good, man. Dangerous Animals has just enough to hold your attention, but it's a fairly average addition to the genre. Yeah, I mean it's average, but it's like a great um it's a good average. Like I said, like it's the greatest casual film. Like it's one of the greatest casual watch. It's nothing like I said, it's not Oscar worthy or something. But it's a good casual watch, yeah. Non-stop drama and action. Yes, it is predictable, but come on, give it a chance. Waste of an interesting premise. Wolf Creek meets Jaws. Yeah, so I would say like yeah, I kind of agree with the reviews. Like I had a similar experience. Whatever the people are mentioning, yeah, I kind of resonate with that. I think the poster is really good. It's quite attractive. Like I don't know, like, but it's a good poster. Movie posters are so underrated. Like there's so much. I don't know. Like I get to know like so much from the poster of a movie than the trailer or something. I think the posters are really like they speak so much in volumes for a film. So because usually this poster, like if you watch this film, you can understand, like you can totally relate to this poster, like the bright red fonts, this blood coming out of this the stream of the boat. Well, whatever, you're safer in the water. There's these taglines, and then you have those the performers, the names on the top and stuff, whatever. But yeah, posters are so underrated of any film. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that was the discussion. Let me know what you thought of this film. I'm really interested to know and get some different perspective. Like I've been sharing like my perspective on the film. Now the thing about like I know like people give a rating of the film. Like I don't think I don't feel good about that. I don't really rate movies. Like I don't like I don't know, maybe I don't know how you will think of it, but I generally if I like a movie, I'll rate it 10 out of 10. If I had a good experience with the movie, I'll generally like rate it 10 out of 10. And if I didn't, I know. I don't rate. I don't like rating any movie like on a negative spectrum or something. Because a movie is a movie. Like you like it, watch it, don't watch it, who cares, man? It's just 2 hours or whatever. But yeah, this is good. It's a good film. It's a good film. Performance, especially the performances were um surpassing expectations. Performances did surpass the expectations. So yeah, in that sense is a really good film. So yeah, hopefully I'll catch you guys in another one. Take care. Have a great weekend, whatever. Have a great time before I come back. Whatever. Anyways, like saying something stupid. Um, yeah, take care. Have a good one.